final go, sir. When you feel like everything's set, then I can
Yeah,
start.
you are on the go.
Right. Thank you, sir. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries, Honorable MD, sir, Honorable Directors, and my dear colleagues. JIS Group warmly welcomes you to the online Teachers' Day celebration 2020. Teaching this year is harder than it has been ever before. It is during these challenging times that JIS Group truly attributes the stupendous efforts put together by the teachers to ensure 100% service level agreement and compliance in terms of academics. JIS Group pays tribute to all the teachers and heartily appreciates the JIS educators who play pivotal roles in our students' lives. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, with your permission, we would love to roll out the celebration of Teachers' Day. I would request Professor Dr. Shoikat Maiti from JIS University to play the national anthem. And ladies and gentlemen, I would request all to rise as we start with the anthem.
Thank you, Santanu.
Great.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Right, thank you so much, sir. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, one and all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we at JIS Group would love to play a visual presentation paying tribute to our nation. The video had been composed by GNIT Media, comprising of our very dear students. I would request Shoikat sir to please play the video presentation.
Shantanu, please come in.
You have to unmute Shantanu again.
Mr. Gaurav, can you please unmute him? I cannot able to find him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a tribute to our nation and all the colleges that we have together, and we are trying to contribute to the overall growth of the nation. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, JIS Group is also delighted to present to you the JIS Anthem. The music and the lyrics are by Professor Dr. Shantanu Kumar Sen, Honorable Principal, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, and it is sung by Prajit Kanungo, Deblina Sen, and Debanjana Basak, and on guitar, Arnab Mukherjee. All are students of GNIT, and the videography and editing has been done by GNIT Media. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please go ahead and listen to the JIS Anthem with the true spirit? Shoykot sir, may we please have the JIS Anthem?
নানকের মন্ত্রে নানাবিধ ধর্মে আমরা সবাই এগিয়ে চলার মন্ত্র নিয়ে আমরা JIS হিন্দু মুসলিম শিখ বা ইসাই এখানে সবাই JIS আমরা সবাই নানকের মন্ত্রে জীবন যুদ্ধে জয়ী হওয়ার করেছি অঙ্গীকার যতই আসুক বিঘ্ন বিপদ অনায়াসে করব পার জীবন যুদ্ধে জয়ী হওয়ার করেছি অঙ্গীকার যতই আসুক বিঘ্ন বিপদ অনায়াসে করব পার ভারত মাতার সন্ত মোরা আমাদের প্রতীক্ষা বিশ্বের দরবারে ভারত সেরা করবই করব মোরা নানকের মন্ত্রে অন্ধকারকে আলোয় ভরার নিয়েছি যে শপথ দুর্গমগিরি হোক মহামারী গর্ব মুসলিম পথ অন্ধকারকে আলোয় ভরার নিয়েছি যে শপথ দুর্গমগিরি হোক মহামারী গর্ব মুসলিম পথ লড়তে হবে জিততে হবে এ নতুন পৃথিবীতে আমাদের দেশ বিশ্বজুড়ে মোরায়ের নতুন সেরা নানকের মন্ত্রে নানাবিধ ধর্মে আমরা সবাই এগিয়ে চলার মন্ত্র নিয়ে আমরা JIS আমরা JIS আমরা JIS
Yeah, Shantanu, please come in. Mr. Gaurav, please unmute Shantanu.
Thank you so much, Shrikot sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hope you really enjoyed the JIS anthem, and definitely we will scale it up to the next level very, very soon. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to welcome Mr. Simarprit Singh, Honorable Director, JIS Group, to give the welcome address. Sir, please.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes,
sir,
sir,
you
you
are
are audible,
audible.
sir.
Please.
Thank you, Mr. Shantanu. And I want to thank the person who made the JS Anthem video. It was very nice video done by the team. Today, it's an absolute pleasure for me to be giving a welcome address today. Today, because the audience is our main stakeholder of our institution, the teachers, the teaching community. We cannot thank enough the teaching community for whatever we have achieved in the last 20 years, all because of you people. So words will be less to describe my feeling, our management's feeling for all the teachers present here today, all and of course the non-teaching staff as well. So what we thought of that we should have an event where we honor all of you today, and COVID has given us the opportunity to do that also. We used to have the teachers day celebration college wise, but this because of this COVID we can have a session together with all of you combined together. And we are happy to say that we are a 1700 plus group of members today, and surprisingly 30% of our staff are more than 10 years with us, which is a very good considering that we are only 20 years old, and our three institutions have completed 20 years. And you may not, many of you might be aware of that fact that our first institution was not Asansol Engineering College, it was in fact Central Model School. So if you count that, we have three institutions which are 20 years old, and our Asansol is 22, and our JS just completed 20 years this September, and few others will complete 20 years next year, sorry. And it's a pleasure that our managing director, Mr. Siddharth Haranjit Singh, is here with us today. Our joint managing director, Siddharth Haranjit Singh, is also here with us today. And one of the oldest employee of JIS Group, Dr. US Mukherjee, is here with us today. He's been there at our group since more than 30, 40 years. And the longest running head so institution, Dr. Abhijit Sen Gupta, is here today with us. And our Padmashri Ajay Kumar Ray is also with us. Dr. Indran Sen Gupta is here today. And we have a very special guest, Dr. Manpreet Singh Manna, who is one of our mentors of our institution, of our group institution. He will be there today. Thank you, sir, for coming. And I was just searching about Teachers Day celebration. So I got to know a lot of good things about Dr. Radhakrishan, the Bharat Ratna Dr. Radhakrishan. One of the famous quotes he had that when you cease to learn, you cease to live. So this is a very important life lesson for all of us today. And what our teaching community has showed us that no matter any uh, any obstacles come in our way, we are always there for the next level. I'm very happy to also announce that today we'll be launching the uh, video facility of the video lecture series created by our teachers. More than 38,000 videos have been created by our teachers so far, and the numbers are just growing day by day. So we'll be launching that portal today, and just I want to thank all the teachers, all the non-teaching staff for their contribution in making our group what is it today. And we hope that with your help and support, we'll be taking on the Indian level, India national level very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Simar sir, for motivating us. Thank you so much, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to request Sardar Haranjit Singh, Joint Managing Director, then Director of JIS Group, to address the August gathering. Sir, please. Shoikot sir, please ensure to unmute Haranjit sir, please.
Let me check. Yeah, it is done. Sir, can you please come in? Ranjit sir, please come in.
मूट कर रहे हेलो
Sir,
वो मैंने मूट किया हुआ अमनजीत का नाम का उसको थोड़ा वॉइस में कर दो
okay, sir.
अमनजीत का जो है ना उसमें वॉइस पे कर दो
सर कर दिया, अमन जो सर को कर दिया।
ओके ओके नाउ यू
Okay, sir.
ये आपका हरजीत अब बंद हो गया फिर बंद हो गया ठीक है तो बिहार हरजीत अमनजीत विल बी से है हाँ ठीक है ओके
Good evening, everyone.
हाँ ठीक है वो
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of our Joint Managing Director, Mr. Ranjit Singh, I would like make this address. It gives me immense pleasure to greet and wish you on this Teachers' Day on behalf of the entire management of JIS Group. It is an honor for me to honor all the teachers who has been a part of the JIS family. At JIS, we celebrate the Teachers' Day because we value you and deeply appreciate your commitment to teaching and to the children of our institutions. Teaching is one of the noblest professions in the world. I personally believe that there is no substitute to quality education because it helps changing the lives of thousands of families and individuals. More importantly, it is more critical to the growth of a developing nation like India. We need to build a better nation with quality education. Teachers are the backbone of our society. I would like to extend my gratitude to each staff and teacher for selfless service and dynamic support. We are always grateful to you. India celebrates this Teachers' Day on September 5th every year. This is due to our first Vice President and the second President of India, Dr. Radhakrishnan. It is the birth anniversary of Dr. Radhakrishnan. He had asked for this day to be commemorated for the teachers and mentors who are important part of our lives. Our management is very happy to say that our members of our staff and the teachers did an amazing job during the lockdown. We did not expect to go through this tough times. Our teachers did not give up on the students. The student could depend on you for the futures. I wish to take this opportunity to thank you for all your invaluable contributions to our institution for over these years. Once again, I would like to wish each and every one of you a happy Teachers' Day. May God bless you with the strength to achieve greater personal and professional growth in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amanjit sir, for motivating us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to invite Sardar Taranjit Singh ji, Honorable Managing Director, JIS Group, to launch the Digital Student Academic Resource Portal and address the esteemed audience as well. So please.
थैंक यू सबको मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार मेरे सीनियर यूएस मुखर्जी अजय राय इंद्रनील और गवर्निंग बॉडी के सब मेंबर जो हैं हर ट्रस्ट के एंड और जो गवर्निंग बॉडी हैं बाहर से इंडस्ट्री से सबको मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार तो सबको पहले टीचर लोग को बहुत बहुत बधाई कि आपने लॉकडाउन के अंदर में बहुत दिल लगा के और बहुत मन लगा के काम किया है कुछ ऐसे टीचर भी हैं जिन्होंने 15-15 20-20 घंटा काम किया है लॉकडाउन में जहाँ छुट्टी का टाइम था बहुत से टीचरों ने दिल खोल के काम किया है और इससे जेएस ग्रुप का और नाम बढ़ा है मैं सबको शुक्रिया और सबको थैंक देना चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है और सबसे और मैं अपने टेक्निकल स्टाफ और नॉन स्किल वर्कों को भी मैं उनको भी बधाई देता हूँ कि उन लोगों ने भी नॉन स्किल ने भी अपना जो जॉब नहीं था तो दूसरा जॉब करके उन्होंने ग्रुप का नाम बढ़ाया ही है क्योंकि अपने मैंने खुद कॉलेज में जाके देखा है कि किचन वाले रंग का काम कर रहे हैं अनस्किल सिक्योरिटी वाला दूसरा काम कर रहा है जो कोई भी लॉकडाउन हो या बाद में सबने अपने कॉलेज को सफाई सुथरा सब कुछ नहीं होने से बाद में लोगों ने उसकी देखभाल की है सबका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ और इस मंच से जो आप लोगों ने डिजिटली प्लेटफॉर्म रेडी किया है जो आप लॉन्च होने जा रहा है सब क्लोज करने वाले तो सबको क्योंकि हृदय से मैं सबका नमस्कार करता हूँ तो प्लीज आप तो इसको अमित जी आप खोलिए डिजिटल दिखाइए थैंक यू टू एवरीबॉडी
Mr.
Shantanu?
Shantanu, please continue.
Please continue.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to welcome Mr. Amit Srivastava, Director, JIS Group, to greet the audience and demonstrate the Digital Student Academic Resource Portal. Amit, sir, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shantanu, for giving me this opportunity. It's really a great pleasure and privilege to be part of this function, and also the responsibility that you have given me to convey my thanks, regards, and gratefulness to all the teachers whom we will never forget because they have been the torch bearers in our lives. I still remember somebody, Simarpreet mentioned the oldest institute of JIS Group was Central Model School, and I am a product of that school, and I flaunt that very proudly. That a few other members within this panel are also the alma maters of that school. And we still remember our Kamath sir, Shukla sir, Prasad sir, and all other teachers today because they have been the real motivators and the torch bearers in our life. Now coming to today's portal launch, which our Honorable MD sir has just mentioned, which is the effort or the result of the effort that all your teachers, all the faculty members and the teaching community has put up during this lockdown period has culminated into our launching of this portal today. So let me just share the screen with you. Yeah, all your efforts that you have put in are for the students. We have created a resource bank for the students. So let me see what a student sees when he logs into this portal. I am not a student currently, but I am using the credentials of one of the existing students of JIS College. Sorry, Gulshan Kumar, I'm using your credentials. So as Gulshan, when you log in, these are the options I can see. Video lectures, virtual lab, student handbook, utilities and tools. I hope everybody is able to see that. Now let me go to video lectures first. As soon as I click on that icon, my details are already visible here. I'm a student of mechanical stream. I am in 3rd semester. I need to just select the subject code here. See, I am selecting engineering thermodynamics. Then I will see that all the modules are listed on the interface. There are 4 lectures in this module, 4 in this module, 7 in this module, 5 in this module, 5 in this module, and so on. These are the links of video lectures which you people have put together through all your hard work. These are the link of PPTs and the contents that you people have prepared. These are the link for these assignments. Now let me click one of the video lectures here.
Myself, Dr. Sandeep Ghosh from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, JIS College of Engineering, Kalyani. And this course, Engineering Thermodynamics, is applicable for the BTech undergraduate students, mostly in 3rd semester.
I am advancing
and, this course
with the aircrafts and the engines for aircrafts and ships and refrigeration and air conditioning, which is itself a huge in
Further
from one
advancing.
point to another point. If I just want to go, I can take a very straight path that is visible in as a green line in the diagram, and you can be
Further.
an interesting part. If there is no work, then the thermodynamic system, whenever we talk about application, the second law of thermodynamics, you have this quote. You can see it's a discussion between the principle of increase of entropy, how the entropy is increasing. We'll talk useful in the longer run. I mean, what is useful for the society. In the module 7, the last module, we'll be dealing with.
Yeah, I have just advanced the video so that we don't spend time on this. And at the end of the video lecture, the student gets an opportunity to rate the quality of the video by clicking on one of these grading scales. Now, similarly, the student can click on this content icon, and this being a PPT gets downloaded on my system and gets opened straight away. This PPT has opened on my window. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see because it's a different application which Zoom does not permit until I decide to share it with you. I'm not spending time on this, but all I want to say that it will open on a window straight away. I'm closing this. Similarly with link for assignments. This also gets downloaded. It opens in a Word document, which I can see, you can't see right now. So this is what the student gets to see through this interface. He cannot access any other streams data, any other semester data. This was the first option of video lectures. Second option is virtual lab. This contains the resources from different sources, free resources available globally on different portals that we have put together through your effort. The student selects the subject code, say material testing lab. They are in third semester for mechanical engineering. These are the labs. This is the exhaustive list of the labs. And these are the links available currently. Let me click on one of the links. This is a free resource available globally for the benefit of students. On tensile test on mild steel. There's a simulator there. Click on the simulator. Tensile test on mild steel, objective. I click on the button. It says that how first the step 1 is to measure the initial diameter of the tension test. I click that. Then the caliper moves in the other direction. I go to the next step. Click on the scale to measure. Go to the next step. And punch marks are to be done. This is what the student will do. He would understand the steps and keep performing it as directed. He drags it, puts it there, and invokes this. Sets the clock to 0. Switches on the power and takes the reading. He's virtually performing all this experiment, sitting at home. Once it's done, it switches off the power and generates the load chart. Again measures, see the final dia. So you can see the graph, observations. So basically this way he conducts the experiment. So the entire set of experiment has been listed here, which students can practice. So we had done this virtual lectures, and there are two other options: handbook, utility tools. Oh, by mistake, I just logged on. Let me log in again. Yeah. So we have seen these two options. Now we're going to student handbook. In that semester, this is a student from semester 5. So all these subjects, codes are there. Say he selects EE 501, electrical machines. There you have 40 lectures. First lecture is selected. This is the handout for the first lecture, which also has been put together by you guys. Say he wants to see the 5th lecture. So this is the 5th lecture, 15th. Module 3 special lecture number 36. The 40th lecture. So basically, this is the student handbook. Then there's utilities and tools. So these are also the free resources available, different utilities and free tools, say online C compiler. So all these the students can use. Online Python compiler. So in one place, the student is getting all the free resources that would satiate his academic needs. See collection of computer science algorithms, animations, and visualization. So when you're searching the maximum, so this is the code. So how it works. So value of I is 1, it becomes 2. This way, in this simulated environment, you can see how the code works. So these are all excellent resources which will be very beneficial for the students. And this will keep on growing because this is just the starting point. And with the effort of you people and your wisdom, I'm sure we'll be creating more and more resources for our students. So I'm logging out from this. This is what the student, any GIS student would be able to see from next week onwards. Before I conclude, just I'll take one more minute to show what goes in the background of this. Because there are certain things which the faculty members and the backend team has to do. I won't go into it, I'll just show you the options. Like creation of subject master, course curriculum. Like, for example, see, this is the course, BTech course. So CSC, so for semester 3, select one course. So these are the modules. select on this module, you'll see this is the topic detail. This is the total lecture. 8 lectures are there in that module. Duration is 55 minutes. So this way, this entire thing has been arranged. Course curriculum, session planning is also there. Subject linking, trainer allocation, session allocation, content upload, user master, video upload. This is what you people have used till now. This is how you people have actually uploaded. This is how you people have uploaded all the video lectures. The person who has prepared the video lecture is there. Person who has uploaded it, this name is there. And the person who has verified, those names are also there in the database. So this was the backend part or the admin part of the LMS, a small part of the LMS that we are proposing for JIS Group and it's under development. So we need your support to really enhance it. And in one of our meetings, it was clearly mentioned that the more such resources that we create, first for the internal use and then open it out for external use, will add a lot of value and image to JIS Group's academic credentials. So let us aim for that and move forward. Thank you so much. I'm stopping my share.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for showing us the pathway, and that was really fascinating, and that would be indeed really beneficial for the students, and definitely a platform where teachers can also, like us, can also enhance the different types of things that we can engage our students in. Thank you so much, sir, for that demonstration. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to invite now Professor Dr. Indranil Sengupta, IIT Kharagpur, to address the August gathering. Sir, please.
So let me first thank the JIS administration for giving me this opportunity to talk on this auspicious occasion. This is indeed a great day to interact with the teachers and talk about a few academic things. So let me take this opportunity to congratulate all of you, mainly the teachers, on this special occasion of Teachers' Day. Now, a day like this allows us to introspect and ask ourselves a few questions. Well, are we doing the duties that we are supposed to do? Or are we being given the recognition and respect that are due to us? Well, let us pledge that as a society, we will always be grateful to the teachers who had taught us and who helped molding the future of our nation. So we have to show them respect, not just today on this special occasion of Teachers' Day, but for every single day of our lives. See, as teachers, we do not care what other people say about us, how other people judge us. Most importantly, we would like to know what the students think about us, because we are here because of the students and we are at the service of the students. This is something which as teachers we must never forget. Well, different countries celebrate Teachers' Day on different days of the year. Well, in India, as some of the earlier speakers have mentioned, we celebrate Teachers' Day on this day of the year, September 5th, to commemorate the birth anniversary of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, who was our first vice president and the second president of independent India. Now, he was an excellent teacher and academician himself. And when someone wanted to celebrate his birth anniversary, He said, rather than celebrating my birth anniversary, let us use this day to honor the teaching community. So this was his small way to honor the teaching community at large. So since 1962, the country has been celebrating this special day to commemorate this occasion. Now let me talk about a proverb. The proverb says that if you are planning for a year, you sow rice. If you are planning for a decade, you plant trees. But if you are planning for a lifetime, you educate people. Because educating people is a long-term thing. This will determine the future of a nation in the long run. So dear colleagues, education is the passport to the future of the nation. You can say like this, you can visualize like this, where we the teachers must always remain at the forefront. And it is our responsibility to prepare the nation for a better future. Well, the COVID pandemic has changed the way we teach and learn to some extent, but our basic philosophy has never changed. It will remain the same. It had remained the same and will continue to remain the same in the future as well. Well, it is very important that we have to cultivate and spread good thoughts that would help us as a community to head in the right direction. Just do not let unwanted thoughts poison our minds. Well, we see many such cases happening on a regular basis all around us. We should consciously try to avoid that and make sure that this does not happen. Well, there is another important duty of the teachers. It is not only to educate the students, it is also to help our peers. Let us help ourselves grow. And it is only in that way we can make an institute grow, and at the level of community, we can make a big difference. As I said, for us, the teachers, the students are our main motivation. It is due to the students that we have taken up teaching as a profession, as a career. Well, people say that teaching is a noble profession, just like the medical profession. Medical professionals, where people say that we should not consider this as a regular 10 to 5 job. Here we have come with a dream, with a passion to teach people, with a love for interacting with the students who are like our child. We would be handholding them in classrooms and even beyond. It is our duty to educate them beyond the textbooks and help them in general become better human beings. These are the very small steps that all of us can take to build a better nation for tomorrow. Now, unfolding the truth of life through various disciplines like engineering, science, arts, commerce, literature, these are something a teacher should thrive for. Well, we need to understand the needs of the society, and we should not forget Mother Nature, which has given us so much. And we should not forget the ecosystem. And it is our responsibility to maintain and keep the ecosystem intact so that our future generations are not affected to a great degree. Now, there was a point in time where the salaries of the teachers, the teaching professionals, were not that much. They were significantly less as compared to other professions. Of course, the situation has drastically changed today. But what I wanted to say is that even in those days, we used to find extremely dedicated and sincere teachers who, despite their meager salaries, they spent their entire life in molding the career of their students. And it is for them we feel really proud of. Okay? Now, the nation or some organizations at times try to encourage the teachers by giving away various kinds of awards, best teacher award, best educator award, and so on. But what I personally believe, that these awards does not mean anything to a teacher. Just imagine a situation. Suppose I am going for a journey, I am at Howrah station. I'm taking an example. Suddenly an unknown face comes up in front of me. That person touches my feet and introduces him or her as one of my past students. That is when we feel that, well, we have done something which is really very good, and you feel proud of our noble profession. And when you learn about the good things that your past students have done, you feel proud of yourself. You feel that whatever little you could do, that is slowly bearing fruit. Well, let me cite a small incident which I had experienced sometimes in the around, let's say 2005 or 2006, when I was in Los Angeles. Well, I was staying with one of my students. Well, at his home, well, another of my student, he came to visit. Well, he did not knew that I was there. So he suddenly saw me, and he started calling a few other people. And he said that, sir, in the next 30 minutes, we are organizing a small get together at a nearby Sardarji's Dhaba. I say, okay, fine, no problem. Well, I went to that Sardarji's Dhaba in the next 30 minutes. And to my utter surprise, I found that more than 40 of my old students have gathered there in that short period of time. Now, that incident almost brought tears to my eyes and gave me the confirmation that I had chosen one of the best possible professions in my life. Now, as Amit Srivastava said, that we had been very lucky to have a number of excellent teachers during our school days. Well, Central Model School was our school. So we fondly remember all of them. But I would especially like to mention about my teacher and mentor, Professor Arun Kumar Chaudhary of Science College, University of Calcutta, during my BTech and MTech days. I do not know how many of you have seen him or have heard of him. Well, when I got entry into my BTech course, I never ever imagined, even in my dream, that I would become a teacher one day. But it was this style of teaching of Professor Chaudhary that he never used to teach in the conventional way. Well, his room was a very large room where he used to always sit on his chair with his two legs on top of his table. There were the chairs all around and a big blackboard in the middle. So he would ask one of us to go to the blackboard, and he would ask us to do something on the board, and that way we used to initiate various kinds of discussions. Well, at that time I felt that, well, he is not a good teacher, he is a very bad teacher, he is doing such bad things to us. But slowly, as time passed, I came to realize that he very slowly but very surely had contaminated my blood with love for teaching. By the time I left college, well, my focus was very clear. Teaching is the one and only one profession that I can dream of. That is how I became a teacher. Well, in the forum on WhatsApp, I saw today there was a wonderful message which came as follows. A teacher is a star who teaches others how to shine. Well, I would like to modify this a little bit. A teacher does not teach others. A teacher motivates others. Your main duty is to motivate your students. They will do the rest. You do not have to worry about them anymore once they get motivated. So I congratulate you, my fellow teachers, once again for choosing up this noble profession. And let us continue to make this world a better place to live, not only for us, for the future generations, our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Sengupta, for your motivating words. Thank you, sir. It's indeed been an opportunity for all of us to listen to you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to invite Dr. Manpreet Singh Manna, former Director, All India Council of Technical Education, to address the August gathering. Manpreet, sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting on such a great day with the JIS family to be present over here. I'm grateful to the MD Siddharth Taranjit Singh ji and the whole team of JIS Group, including all the directors, principals, deans, pressers, and head, and of course, dear my colleagues, teachers, friends, and the professors from the other institutions, as well as I'm looking here, like Professor Roy is there and Professor Indranil, and all these great personalities are being invited today here for this platform. Yes, it is an occasion for a celebration, at least for my fraternity friends like teachers. Although the teacher is enjoying every day, every moment, because teacher is a role model for many. If teacher is not enjoying, teacher is not in a celebrating mood, the students will feel, if my guru is not happy, so what he is going to give the happiness to me in the form of books and notes and material and other things. So teacher must celebrate each and every moment to make sure that their students to whom they feel they are going to take care of country, they should. Now, we discussed many, topics in the different webinars, different platforms, and teaching class and discussing over and there. But at this occasion, I have to share one story of one of the teacher. Then I have to take one pledge along with you people, all my friends, all my colleagues. We have to take one pledge. जब भी हम कुछ करते हैं, नया साल मनाते हैं, नया दिन मनाते हैं, भगवान का दिन मनाते हैं, तो उस दिन हम कुछ प्रण जरूर लेते हैं. आज हम भी प्रण लेंगे, कुछ नया प्रण, जिसको हम रिटर्न गिफ्ट कहते हैं, क्योंकि आज भगवान ने हमें एक और ऐसा दिन दिया जिस दिन हम अपने आप को एक भाग्यशाली महसूस करते हैं, क्योंकि दो ऐसे पद होते हैं, एक सैनिक का और एक शिक्षक का, जिसका किसी के साथ मेल हो ही नहीं सकता. और मेरे देश के शिक्षकों ने ये प्रूव करके दिखाया. सैनिक रणभूमि में खड़ा है आज वैसे ही दीवार बन के कि दुश्मन की टेढ़ी आंख भारत पर आ ही नहीं सकती है. और शिक्षकों ने देश के अंदर उस समय पर जब देश और पूरी दुनिया एक ऐसी चीज से लड़ रही है जो इनविजिबल है. हमारा एनिमी कौन है? इनविजिबल है, हम उसको देख नहीं सकते हैं. वो हमारे साथ घर में चल के आ जाता है, हमारे साथ हमें पता नहीं चलता कि हमारे साथ कौन चल के आ गया. वो हमारे साथ चल के आता है, हमारे बुजुर्गों तक पहुंच जाता है. हमारे बुजुर्गों की जान के लिए खतरा, हमारे बच्चों की जान के लिए खतरा. उस समय पे जहां देश की आर्थिक स्थिति कितनी मध्यम होती जा रही है, उस समय पर जब देश के बहुत सारे नौजवानों को रोजगार नहीं मिल पा रहा, शिक्षक क्या कर रहा है? शिक्षक ये नहीं देख रहा कि मेरे अकाउंट में सैलरी आई है कि नहीं आई है, लेकिन शिक्षक अपने क्लासरूम में है, भले वो लैपटॉप से है, भले वो आईपैड से है, भले वो किसी भी माध्यम से है, वो कह रहा है कि सर मैं अपना कार्य कर रहा हूं. ये है हमारे देश का सैनिक और शिक्षक. उसको पता है कि मेरी आखिरी सांस तक मुझे शिक्षा देनी है अपने देश के उन बच्चों को, नौजवानों को, क्योंकि रोजगार मिलना और ढूंढना एक एक पड़ाव है. It's not a life. And we are now creating a job creators, not a job seekers. That is the difference we have brought it. Now we are creating a job creators. जॉब क्रिएटर्स. आज से 20 साल पहले किसने स्टार्टअप वर्ड सुना? मेरी जितनी उम्र के जो प्रोफेसर यहाँ बैठे हैं उनको कभी इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर का नाम सुनने को मिला था? होता ही नहीं था. रिसर्च पार्क तो आईआईटीज में जब बने हैं वो अभी 10 साल पुरानी बात है. हमारे जमाने में R&D वर्ड यूज होता था, रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट. उसके आगे बात ही नहीं करते थे. आज तो हम इनोवेशंस की बात करते हैं. और अब देखिए हम इनोवेशन में, जब मैंने होश संभाला AICT में 85th रैंक पर थे हम ग्लोबल इनोवेटिव इंडेक्स में. अब हम 44th रैंक पर आ गए. 5 साल में हमने इतना क्या करके दिखाया कि हमने 40 देशों को पीछे छोड़ दिया. कुछ तो किया है हमने, कुछ तो किया हमने. देश के नौजवानों को, कहते हैं ना, हर हाथ को हुनर और हर खेत को पानी देने का जो काम पकड़ा है वो हम कर रहे हैं और बखूबी हो रहा है. और ये सब शिक्षक, सबसे बड़ी देश की जो नींव होती है वो शिक्षक होता है, सबसे बड़ी. अगर आपको किसी देश में बदलाव लेके आना है, तरक्की लेके आनी है, प्रॉस्पेरिटी लेके आनी है, शिक्षक के हम हाथ में कमान दे दीजिए. बस सम्मान पहले, शिक्षक को सम्मान पहले. वो कहता है सर सैलरी 2 महीने लेट दे दीजिएगा, मेरा जो रिस्पेक्ट है वो मेरी वैसी रहनी चाहिए. और रिस्पेक्ट सारी चीजों से आती है. I'll just share one story. In one school, there were 30 students. They were studying in the school, and the guy who was celebrating one birthday, and his father given a very good, beautiful wristwatch, and asked, "Don't take it with the school because it's a costly enough, and it is yours. Keep it in India." But the kids' curiosity, they have to show to their friends, and he just took the watch, putting in a bag by heading from the parents, and he brought to the school and showing to all the guys in the class, "Look at my watch, my papa given gift yesterday on my birthday occasion," something. And kids are kids. एक बच्चे के मन में आ गया, मैं इसको घड़ी को अपने हाथ पर बांध के देखना चाहता हूँ. अब ये तो देगा नहीं क्योंकि वो नहीं देने वाला है. उसने उसको चुरा लिया, घड़ी को चुरा लिया, अपनी जेब में रख लिया. मैं बाद में आपको बांध के देखूंगा, जो भी इसके मन में आया. And when he came back after drinking water and he could see that there is no watch, and he start crying like anything, "My father given a gift. It's a very costly watch. मुझे पापा भी पीटेंगे और मेरी घड़ी भी खो गई." तो उसके टीचर ने बोला, "Don't worry, be cool. दरवाजा बंद करो क्लास का. कोई बाहर से अंदर आया नहीं, अंदर से बाहर गया नहीं है. हमारे पास ही होगी, हम ढूंढ लेंगे बेटा. क्यों रो रहे हो?" उन्होंने दरवाजा बंद करवाया. अब बच्चे सारे सख्ते में आ गए कि टीचर क्या करेंगे. अब टीचर, यही अंतर होता है. टीचर और CBI में बहुत अंतर है. टीचर कहता है मुझे बुराई को दूर करना है, बुराई ही दूर करता है टीचर. टीचर ने क्या कहा, बेटा सब अपने अपनी आंखों पे रुमाल बांध लो, हैंडकरचीफ. सबने बांध ली, सबकी जेब में रुमाल थे, बांध लिए. सबकी जेब टटोली, घड़ी मिलनी थी. फाइनली किसी की जेब से मिली, उन्होंने टेबल पे रखी. बच्चे सबको बुला के रुमाल खोल दिया. ये बेटा, ये हाँ ये घड़ी है. सर कहाँ से मिली? बेटा फॉरगेट इट, तुम अपनी घड़ी लो, एंजॉय करो. ओके, आगे से ध्यान रखो, ऐसी चीजें मत लेके आओ. जिस बच्चे ने अपनी जेब में रखी थी वो बहुत ज्यादा भयभीत हो रखा था. He was so scared. The moment the teacher will name myself here, I will be nowhere to show my face to my classmates and to my parents. And he was a very sensitive guy. But ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. वो डर डर के घर चला गया. आज तो नहीं हुआ. रास्ते में उसको एक कुआं भी नजर आया. अगर मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ ना, मैं इस कुएं में छलांग लगाने वाला हूँ, मैं घर तो नहीं जाने वाला हूँ. अगले दिन भी गया, टीचर ने फिर भी नाम नहीं लिया. 2 दिन 3 दिन और सोचा टीचर भूल गया, और टीचर भूल गया. उसने कहा चलो भगवान, टीचर ने मेरा नाम नहीं लिया, जान बच गई. वो एक अच्छा CEO बना कंपनी का, आगे तरक्की की, CEO बना. उसी शहर में वो स्मार्ट सिटी के प्रोजेक्ट में आ जाता है. वो कहता है यहाँ पे एक स्कूल होता था, मैं पढ़ता था. हाँ सर स्कूल है. वो गया, वो टीचर का नाम, कहते सर वो तो रिटायर हो चुके हैं. उनके घर में गया, उनके जाके चरण स्पर्श किए. सर आपने मुझे पहचाना? बेटा हम इतने पढ़ा देते हैं बैचेस, हम नहीं पहचान पाते. आप लोग जवान हो जाते हैं, फेस चेंज हो जाते हैं. मैंने नहीं पहचाना. सर मैं विद्यार्थी हूँ, एक बार एक क्लास में घड़ी चोरी हुई थी, आपने ढूंढ के दी थी. हाँ कहते हैं ऐसा धीमी धीमी कुछ बात याद आती है, कुछ हुआ है, ऐसी चीजें होती रहती हैं. हुआ था. अच्छा वो तुम्हारी घड़ी थी? नहीं सर वो मेरी घड़ी नहीं थी, मैंने वो घड़ी चुराई थी. परंतु आपने मुझे वहां पर सबके सामने लज्जित नहीं किया, ह्यूमिलेट नहीं किया. आज मैं CEO बन पाया, नहीं तो मैंने अपनी सुसाइड करने का प्लान कर लिया था. टीचर मुस्कुराए, कहते बहुत अच्छी बात है, आज तुमने बता दिया तुमने चुराई थी तो मैं मान लेता हूँ. मुझे भी नहीं पता किसने चुराई थी. सर ये क्या बात कर रहे हैं, आपने तो ढूंढी थी. बेटा जब आप सबकी आंखों में रुमाल बांधा था ना, उसके बाद मैंने अपनी आंख के भी रुमाल बांध लिया था, क्योंकि मेरी आंखों में कोई मेरा एक शिष्य, एक विद्यार्थी कहीं गिर ना जाए। तो मुझे भी नहीं पता था वो कौन था, बस मुझे था कि इस समय वो घड़ी ढूंढ के देनी है और उस बच्चे को लेसन, तुम्हें लेसन मिला, इसका मतलब मैं सक्सेसफुल हुआ। जो मैंने सोचा था, दिस इज द रियलिटी, दिस इज द ट्रू टीचर। टीचर इज अ मेंटर फर्स्ट। एक छोटी सी उदाहरण, घर में एक माँ को पूछिए कि आपका बच्चा बैठा है टेबल पे, साथ में सासू माँ भी बैठी है, पति भी बैठे, आप खाना परोस रहे हैं, ये क्या करते हो? 3 मिनट बाद आते हो, बच्चे के प्लेट से उठा लेते हो। ये ना धीरे धीरे खाता है। धीरे खाने से क्या होता है कि ये ठंडी हो जाएगी रोटी, तो ये बासी हो जाती है, मैं इसको ताजी देती हूँ, ये ठंडी मैं खा लूंगी बाद में। ये करती है माँ हर घर में। परंतु कभी हम भूल जाते हैं कि मैं 5 साल से ये नोट्स लेके जा रहा हूं क्लास में पढ़ाने के लिए, शायद मेरे नोट्स बासी हो गए, शायद मेरा कंटेंट बासी हो गया, मुझे लेटेस्ट कंटेंट क्लास में लेके जाना है। आज आपके जीआईएस ने जो एक ये डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी का आविष्कार करके जो आज आपने ये इसका शिलान्यास किया है ना, यू इनॉग्रेटेड वन डिजिटल यूनिवर्सिटी फॉर जीआईएस, दैट इज अ रिसोर्सेज, इट इज अ अमेजिंग थिंग. The same thing I did for my country, India, like a SWAM, and which is now working. We never thought the SWAM will go in such a broad way during this COVID, and it is a blessings to disguise. और ऐसा हुआ हमारे देश में। लेकिन आपने ये एक छोटा सा जो एक डिजिटल कॉन्सेप्ट शुरू किया है, बच्चों को नोट्स देने का, कंटेंट देने का, लेटेस्ट वीडियोस देने का, उनके साथ आप बहुत बड़ा काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं। मैं आपका आभार प्रकट करता हूं, मैं आपको धन्यवाद देता हूं और मैं आपको बहुत बधाई देता हूं इस काम के लिए। आज टीचर्स डे पे जो आपने बच्चों को ये गिफ्ट दिया है। अब 2 चीजें और प्लेज लेंगे, मुझे समाप्त करना है और भी स्पीकर्स को बात करनी है। 2 प्लेज लेने हैं। एक प्लेज लेना है कि अब जब भी आप बच्चों को लैपटॉप पर मिलते हैं, कंप्यूटर पे रोज मिलना होता है, मिलना ही है, क्योंकि अभी तो ये मान के चलिए दिस सेमेस्टर यू हैव टू बी ऑनलाइन टीचिंग. Don't expect that they are going to be come in the classroom till December, I believe, because the corona is going to be taken a very bad shape in coming days. Anyhow, हम डरने वाले नहीं हैं. Please make sure that you are connected with the student for the 2 major things. One is the happiness index. हमारे बच्चे स्ट्रेस में जा रहे हैं. कौन सा स्ट्रेस है? हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हमारे अभी हिंदुस्तान के बहुत सारे स्कूल्स को ऑनलाइन टीचिंग करवाना ही नहीं आता है. आई एम सॉरी टू से ओवर हियर. बच्चे को पूरा दिन कंप्यूटर्स के आगे बिठाया जा रहा है कि एक मैम उठेगी, दूसरी मैम बैठेंगी, आपको तो बैठे रहना 8 घंटे पूरी क्लास. अरे ये ऑनलाइन टीचिंग नहीं होती मेरे भाई, मेरे हाथ जोड़ के कह रहा हूं, ऑनलाइन टीचिंग इज समथिंग डिफरेंट. एंड दे हैव कंफ्यूज्ड. सो द बिग स्ट्रेस इज कमिंग अ स्क्रीन स्ट्रेस. कंटिन्यूसली आपको मैं बोलूं कि 4 घंटे 8 घंटे स्क्रीन के सामने बैठो और एक ही शक्ल देखो और सिर्फ उनको सुनो, आप क्या क्या करेंगे आप? जस्ट इमेजिन. This is not the online teaching. I think they could not understand what is the blended mode of teaching and learning, what is the flip learning. We are conducting so many FDPs and workshops, but school teachers, particularly school principals, I think they should understand. It is not that way. कि बच्चे को यूनिफॉर्म पहना के बिठा दो जी 8 बजे, क्यों? अटेंडेंस लगनी है. 10 मिनट बच्चा कैमरे से दूर हो गया, हम एब्सेंट लगा देंगे. क्या बच्चा अपने घर में बैठा है, उसको नेचर कॉल नहीं आ सकती है? उसको किचन से खुशबू आ रही है, मामा खाना बना रही है, तो वो क्या नहीं कह सकता मामा मैं मैगी खाऊंगा? अरे बच्चा है वो, सुन रहा है आपको, पढ़ रहा है वो आपको. ये आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. हैप्पीनेस इंडेक्स बहुत नीचे जा रहा है हमारा. आप हैप्पीनेस इंडेक्स पे काम करना पड़ेगा. आपको कुछ इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस करने हैं, बच्चे से पता चले कि कहीं वो स्ट्रेस में तो नहीं जा रहा है. आज स्ट्रेस है, कल डिप्रेशन हो सकता है. बचिए इससे, ये सबसे गंदी बीमारी है. हमारे देश में बहुत पसार रही है, क्योंकि लोगों के लाइफस्टाइल चेंज हो गए. जो कल 2 लाख कमाते थे आज 20,000 पे आ गए, तो उनके लाइफस्टाइल चेंज होने से स्ट्रेस आ गया. उनको लगता है सब कुछ खो गया. अरे कुछ नहीं खोया भैया, 2 रुपए से ही खड़े हुए थे, 1 रुपए से खड़े हुए थे. फिर क्या होगा, थोड़ी एक करेक्शन लग गई 2 साल की, 3 साल की, फिर वहीं पहुंच जाएंगे. नंबर 2, इम्यूनिटी क्रेडिट्स. इम्यूनिटी क्रेडिट्स इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. हमारा हर एक बच्चा, चाहे वो गांव का है, चाहे वो शहर का है, चाहे वो मेट्रो सिटीज का है, उसका इम्यूनिटी क्रेडिट्स खत्म मत होने दीजिए, कम मत होने दीजिए. उसको पूछिए, आर यू टेकिंग अ बैलेंस्ड डाइट? Are you taking fruits in your diets? Are you taking cereals in your diet? Are you doing some yoga? Are you doing some exercise? भले घर में करो बेटा, बेशक 3-4 बार सीढ़ियां उतर चढ़ो, छत पे कपड़े सुखाने के लिए डालो, मामा को बोलो किचन में मैं थोड़ा सा साग बना देता हूँ, कुछ ऐसा करता हूँ, मेरी थोड़ा सा वर्क हो, मेरा वर्कआउट हो, क्योंकि जिम बंद है, नहीं जाऊंगा, स्विमिंग पूल नहीं जाऊंगा, बाहर साइकिलिंग नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, पार्क में नहीं खेलने जा पा रहा हूँ, क्रिकेट नहीं खेल पा रहा हूँ, लेकिन घर में मैं सब कुछ कर सकता हूँ. उसको थोड़ी सी ऐसी एक्सरसाइज कहने की कोशिश कीजिए. चल उठ बैठ कर ले थोड़ी सी, चल थोड़ा सा कूद ले, चल थोड़ा सा छलांगे लगा ले, चल जोर से हंस ले, चल जोर से तालियां बजा ले. कैमरा ऑन कर दो, उनको बोलो करने के लिए, सब करेंगे. आप म्यूट कर दो अगर आपकी कानों में आवाज आ रही है, लेकिन इम्यूनिटी क्रेडिट्स कम मत होने दीजिए. अगर हमारे देश के शिक्षक अपने बच्चों की इम्यूनिटी क्रेडिट्स और हैप्पीनेस इंडेक्स को पकड़ लेंगे ना, आप देखिए, we are going to be superpower for this world. We are going to be, there is without any doubt, because we are the great human resource of this world and we have to maintain. क्योंकि इस समय पे यही litmus test है. This is called a litmus test. We have to successful for this test. Forget it about the economy. Nothing is going to be happen. हम तो जीरो से बताइए क्या जीडीपी छोड़ के गए थे जब देश आजाद हुआ था, और हम कहां पे लेके आए हैं. हम कुछ भी कर लेंगे. बस बच्चों को खुश रखिएगा, संभाल के रखिएगा. बस वो संभाल के रखिए, वही हमारा फ्यूचर है, वही हमारा देश है, वही हमारा जनून है. बस उनको खुश रखिए, उनको संभाल के रखिए. This is what I just wanted to share. Thank you very much for inviting for this today's session. I am grateful.
Thank you so much, Dr. Manna. It's always a pleasure listening to you. Sir, thank you so much. And we at JIS will definitely be working on immunity credit and happiness index, and we're already doing it, and definitely we'll be enhancing that, sir. Thank you so much for speaking to us today on this auspicious occasion of Teachers' Day. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to now request Professor Dr. Abhijit Sengupta, Director, Guru Nanak Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology, to greet the August gathering. Please, sir.
Okay, thank you. Honorable MD JIS Group and the Chancellor of JIS University, Deputy Managing Director, other directors, Deputy Director Mr. Mukherjee, and Professor Manna, who has really a wonderful speech it was by Professor Manna. And I think most of the people are really motivated to hear your speech. Thank you, all of you, for giving me this opportunity to speak before this August gathering. And before going into the crux of the matter, today I would like to first express my deepest respect for the country's medical fraternity, the doctors, the nurses, pharmacists, and other helping people who are fighting as the COVID warriors in this pandemic. Secondly, my deepest regards and respect to the army people who is on the Siachen border or the Doklam or Leh Ladakh or Chushul or in Arunachal Pradesh borders, our Navy people guarding the Straits of Malacca, and our Air Force people who are guarding the skies of India. And I take this opportunity to pay my respect and regards to the teachers of nowadays, the young teachers, who are really learning to teach all over again. See, I'm in this JIS group for a pretty long time, from 2005 when it started. And today we have reached a good height. And I can say that in JIS group, we the teachers are a happy lot, a very happy lot. It is one of the most stable group and doing its bit without looking into any other thing to improve the condition of the students, to improve the knowledge of the students, to improve their quality and everything. We are doing our best, and we are getting our support from the managing committee of that. Even the board of governors who are really guiding us to give the best results. So during my this thing, whenever I am here, and while I'm talking to my teachers, to the teachers of my college, or to the pharmacy teachers of the JIS University, whenever I was going to JIS University weekly once or twice, sometimes, that time we had been discussing that generally what we do, generally a new teacher, when he comes to the profession, what they do, he studies a lot, he knows his subject, Before going to the class, he gives a revision, recapitulates the things, memorize the keywords, goes to the class with a wonderful oratory he delivers with the help of chalk and blackboard or with a PowerPoint presentation. And after this oratory, he is very much satisfied that he has given a good lecture. Students are spellbound, or with an awe they are looking, staring at him. The teacher comes out. After finishing the class, the student goes to the library, maybe writes his lecture notes or gets photocopying nowadays, goes back to the hostel, keeps the note under his mattress in the bed, and maybe starts playing PUBG or chatting with the friends. 1 month before the examination, these notes come out, marks up the things, goes to the examination center, vomits the things in the examination papers, does a good result. But I wanted to ask, I always ask, is this teaching? Is this teaching? Is this what we are supposed to do? Everyone comes to a point that no. We are supposed to do so many other things, just like Professor Manna or Professor Sengupta, Indranil Sengupta said, that it is to motivate the students. It is to motivate, to enthuse. What I would like to add with it, that a teacher helps to motivate and he helps the student to have an analytical brain, a brain which asks why, what, and how. He learns to do that. And when he asks this why, what, and how, then only his knowledge of the subject increases. More and more he asks himself why this is happening, why the machine is working, why the medicine is working. His knowledge about the machine or his knowledge about the medicine increases. So this is the enthusiasm, this is the motivation he gives. And the second thing he gives is the innovation. He tells or he creates an environment where a student wants to innovate. So these are the two main factors to inculcate the analytical brain, to inculcate innovation, the innovative brain. And all these things he does with an enthusiasm. And this enthusiasm he spreads amongst his students. So this is the job of the teacher. The job of the teacher, yes, he has to be knowledgeable, he has to spread the knowledge, he has to do many things. But to make the brain analytical brain, to make the brain innovative brain, creating all these things with an enthusiasm and happiness is the job of the teacher. Is the teacher what he does nowadays? You know, just in very short, I won't take much of time. That one day during some light hours, our MD sir, sometimes we have some opportunities to chat with him also. So he had told me a story many years ago during my starting days. He had told me one very fine example that is stuck to my mind till now. That is a very poor lady. She's having a child. And the child comes running to the lady, Mama, I'm hungry, give me food. Mother doesn't have food at home. And she says to the child, she doesn't say that I'm not having food. She says, you see, the wheat is growing in the field. We will cut the wheat maybe within 10 days or 15 days. Then the wheat will come. I'll make good hot chapatis for you and I'll give you. So we will eat together. So the child, just hearing mother, forgets his hunger and he is happy starts playing with his toy. So the crux of the story is what I understood. Which my MD had told me, that it is the hope which has been given to the child, and that hope is a positive hope. So my dear friends, my dear colleagues, it is a positive thought, the positive hopes which we have to impart to our students. We have to impart to our students the enthusiasm, impart to our students the analytical brain and innovative brain. So with this, before ending, definitely spread hope. In every situation, we can come up very well. Maybe the economy is falling down. Maybe the economy is madhyam, as Manna sir said. Economy is medium. This will grow. This will not stay for long. It is going to change, and we will come up. We will fight China. It will be there. Our army will do its best, and we, the teachers, will do our best with this digital era we are learning, because we teachers are learning once more how to teach, how to cope up with this digital era. So whenever I'm talking about the enthusiasm, I miss one person in JIS Group. Sometimes I talk to about her. She's the lady when I came here first, I had met her. She will come to my room chamber, and with a very accented Bengali voice, she will tell, "Sir, kemon achen? Bhalo achen to?" And you know, that I still miss, and I miss her miss her enthusiasm in the JIS Group. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. All the best.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sengupta, with your words. Thank you so much. It's always a learning process for all of us whenever we listen to you. Thank you indeed so much for your wonderful speech, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would now request Padma Shri Professor Dr. Ajay Ray, Director, JIS Institute of Advanced Studies and Research, to greet the audience. Sir, please.
A very good evening to all the teachers, the students, all those who are attending this grand program. This is the 59th Teachers' Day program, National Teachers' Day program today. At the outset, let me tell one thing, that is that we could assemble on such an occasion in such a large way, and that JIS Group has flourished and blossomed to this level is because of one person, and he is Sardar Jyot Singh, who long back had the dreams to, sort of reinforce the educational scene in West Bengal and maybe in some other states, and to ensure that our students get opportunities to get educated. So in my humble way, I feel that he is a great, and he was a great teacher. Teacher does not mean only those who are teaching in the class. Teacher means in any academic institution or an environment, one who helps in the advancement of education. Everybody is a teacher, in a sense, directly or indirectly. So at the outset, I would like to convey my very best wishes to all of you. And then in memory of Sardar Jyot Singh, I would like to give my reverence to his memory. I would not prolong anything. My predecessors, they have spoken wonderfully for such a long time. And I was only just counting, the number of participants have decreased quite a lot from the beginning. And one of the things is, it is important to understand that this is the day when we should think about our past, the great teachers that we had, which Indonil had spoken about, which others also have spoken about, and our future, that is our role as teachers. I will not, lengthen much, but then let me recount one of my own personal experiences. My headmaster, the teacher of my primary school, we used to call it as a patshala. Patshala means we didn't have any building. We only had a matir badi, and then we had thatched roof, and then there was no bench, no chair, nothing. We had to sit on the floor with chatai or madur or whatever you call. So it was a very nice thing. And during the summertime, we used to have our classes just below the mango trees. The whole campus had lots of big mango trees. And many times while doing the classes, mangoes used to fall from the tree, and the headmaster had the strict, instruction that whatever mangoes will fall, it will be collected and it will be distributed to all the students at the end of the class. Those will be divided. If necessary, those will be cut into 2 pieces, 3 pieces, but everybody must get a part of it. So there we learned one of the basic things, that is share. So we learned not by anything. The teacher need not tell anything in the class, but then we learned how to share. How to share in the home you learn, how to share even you learn in the school campus. I still remember that the headmaster and some of the teachers, they used to move from one house to another before the examination, the final board examination at class 4th standard. We used to call it as Vritti Porikha. So before that Vritti, that examination for final, it was a board examination, district-wise. And headmaster, he used to tell me that unless you get this Vritti means scholarship, unless you get it, তোর পিঠের চামড়া থাকবে না. That was a very common thing for him. So you have to get that scholarship. I belong to 24 Parganas district, which was the largest district in West Bengal. Those days we didn't have North 24 Parganas, South 24 Parganas. It was a single district, very big. So many students, and number of scholarships would be hardly anything. So it was nearly impossible to get a scholarship, Vritti. But then what was important was he said that you have to get it. And on just before the exam, on one such occasion, I still remember that I was dozing with the book in front of me. Suddenly, it was about 8:30 p.m. at night. Suddenly I found that somebody is pulling my ear. And in fact, my parents, they never used to beat me. I never got any beating at home. But then I found that, okay, our headmaster is there. And with a very strict voice, he started shouting at me that tomorrow, a week later, is your exam, and such an important exam, and you are dozing in front of the book. And it is hardly 8:30 at night. Because, we used to play a lot of football in the afternoon. So you feel sleepy at night. The headmaster, Moshai, he said that, look, you bring your test paper. We used to call it as Chhatro Bondhu. Bring your test paper and open the page of Kuch Bihar district. Solve all the mathematics problems from that paper. And you will get only half an hour's time. If any problem is wrong, pither chamra thakbe na. That means you will get a strong beating from me. Imagine, those were the kind of days. And then he went to my father and started discussing. My father was explaining to him some scientific discoveries or stories. So both of them were, talking in the small balcony we had. And then imagine that it would have been a 3-hour paper in the final exam. Within half an hour, you have to solve all the problems, and that too in your home. And I was really, trembling. And if any problem is not done correctly, then you will be getting a good beating. So you may think that how merciless was that headmaster. But I can tell you that he was the person, not only he, even our other teachers, they used to take so much of care on us. We belonged to a school which didn't have even any building, no bench, no chair, nothing. We had to sit. And I still remember that on the rainy days, there will be, raindrops, rain will come from the ceiling, because we didn't have any ceiling, means thatched roof. So it was a fantastic, and tallied chad. So it was a very fantastic experience. And that's how even today we respect them. I will, after joining IIT Kharagpur, I went to visit my headmaster. That is really very touching. So I went to visit him, and then I found that in his house, there were a couple of young students, maybe of 4th, 5th standard, who were studying. It was about, say, 7 o'clock at night. And Headmaster Moshe, he was really very much surprised to find me there. I had just joined IIT Kharagpur as faculty, and he knew it. So he got me introduced with those small kids. আর সবাইকে বললেন এই এক্ষুনি পেন নাম কর. Those days it was so common that they will do as Indonil was mentioning. And then headmaster said that you come with me, I will show you your Pathshala, that old school. I will never forget that evening. So he accompanied me to the school building. It was night, all dark everywhere. And then he came in front of the building. He had the school keys with him, and then stopped for a moment. And he said, Ajoy, your school is no longer there. I could find that a building, that thatched roof, that earthen building, that small rooms is not there. Instead of that, now we have got big building, we have got tables, chairs, benches for the students to sit, and we have got very big, those blackboard. We have got everything, but your school is no more there. Your headmaster has expired. Your teachers have all expired. Imagine, I was, so much of, I felt so disturbed. Headmaster, speaking in front of me, that he is no more. He's not there. They all have died. Imagine at 7 o'clock, 7:30 at night, all dark everywhere. And my headmaster was saying all these things, that they are no longer there. So I said, Master Moshe, what has happened? So then I found that he was wiping his eyes, and then tears were rolling down his cheeks. I asked him, Master Moshe, what has happened? So he said that nothing is there, nothing is left. When you were students, those days, we were getting 20 or 25 or 30 rupees a month as salary. And we spent all the time for the development of the students. So today, those days also possibly you had seen so many students studying in my house. But then they all came for help, and we all ensured going from one house to another to see that our students are studying or not. And today those students you saw, I am not giving them free tuition. They are all doing tuition under me. I'm taking money from them. So your headmaster, that old headmaster, is dead, is not there. Your teachers are all dead. Everybody, all of us are now getting much more salary than we used to have maybe those 20 years back. But then everything there is materially, we are much more well off. But no longer those days are there. So I felt very bad about it. But then it was a confession from one of the best teachers, a teacher who had spent all his life, not one teacher, there were thousands of teachers throughout the country those days, who were not getting anything in return. Their only thing was love for the students. So here I would like to tell everyone that this teacher-students relationship is extremely important. Their love, their affection for the students was unparalleled. Even in Indonil was mentioning about Professor Arun Kumar Chaudhuri. I still remember his room in radio physics. And then how he used to sit with both of his legs on his table, on the table, and with a big, blackboard in the room. I still remember my teachers, Professor S.S. Baral, the founder of the electronics department of Shivpur Engineering College. I still remember my teachers at IIT Kharagpur. All of them, even those days there was nothing. There was no salary. Yet their relationship, their love for all of us, the students, was really something even I cherish to remember, to memorize. So finally, now we are growing old, and all that the old people like us in the JIS group have got to give you is something which is sort of, if I do not know, or if we have some kind of a little bit of wisdom out of the experience that we have gathered over so many years, 40 years of teaching. And this is exactly what Radhakrishnan had said. You should know that today is a very important day. And Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, it is not only that his birthday is celebrated as the Teacher's Day. He was the first chairman of, University Education Commission. We talk about, the one of the every decade there is one new report on the education. If you just go through in 1948, the country just got independence. In 48, he was made. He was an outstanding philosopher, a brilliant personality, and a brilliant, academician. So Pandit Nehru called Dr. Radhakrishnan and said, there are two things. He was the first Vice President of India, and he requested him to chair the first University Education Commission. And in 49, within a year, he had submitted that report. Subsequently, in 50s, 60s, 70s, there were many, many such commissions. Radhakrishnan Commission, then Kothari, Mudaliar Commission, then Kothari Commission. And if you just go through the reports of those commissions, and then the current ones which are coming up, you will find that it's very interesting that possibly those who are, making the current recommendations, many of them were not aware of the recommendations that those wise persons have done. It was really marvelous, so to say. And then in that, he had written in the recommendations, one is whatever, Professor Sengupta was mentioning, that is, you cannot teach everything to the students. You can only what Vivekananda had said, what Rabindranath Tagore had said. You just give them your love, your blessings, and your inspiration, which all the speakers have spoken about. And that will be enough for them. The learning part, they will do, because they have got their own neurological system. They will learn on their own. You cannot teach them that way. But then, yes, you have to teach them. And Radhakrishnan gave maximum importance on that kind of a. So he said that every student, everybody, let the universities give an education where everyone finds a meaning of his life. Your life has got a meaning. My life has got a meaning. Every student in the class, their lives have got a meaning. And let them have the meaning of their lives. That means a student may not be good at academics. He may not be achieving good score, good grade. But then that's not everything. He may be much, much better in so many other directions. So teachers are those, they are only teaching, but you, the teachers, we are producing the students who will be taking care of everything, of all the human endeavors. If somebody goes to business, it is the teachers who have taught them. If somebody goes to the legal profession, again it is the teacher who has given them. If somebody is manufacturing drugs, again it is the teachers who have shown the way, the path to do it. If somebody is becoming an engineer, again the teacher has taught them. And it is the teacher who does not do all these jobs, but the teachers are those who give all the skills and all the, this mind which is required for a student to be skillful enough to handle all these different partitions of human endeavor. I'm sure that on this great day, again I am coming back to JIS Group. They have done a wonderful job over the last 20, 25 years. So much has been done. And then over these, long time, that you have now been established as a major education force. It is again, remember, because of the blessings of the founder, Sardar Jyot Singh, and which is being now carried out by his very able sons, the current MD, Sir Sardar Taranjit Singh, then Simarpreet, and so all the others who are now involved, Amanjit. So important thing is to remember those who have given a foundation to that. I came to know that Professor Sengupta, Mr. Mukherjee, they were the first people to join these institutions. So this is a day when we should really sort of very specially honor them. We should also honor not only the teachers, the teaching staff, the non-teaching staff who are sitting at the head office. They are also teachers in a sense. They may not be going to the class, but then they are helping in ensuring that our students get the best of the education. So with all these things, today is a day of celebration for all of us, the teachers, the staff members, the students, and then the members of the management who are making this happen. So I wish each one of you very best, and I wish that this group for next hundreds of years blossom into a very, very big banyan tree whose seeds were sown 20, 25 years back by Sardar Jyot Singh. My reverence to him and my very best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Roy. It was such an illuminating speech, sir. Like, we always look up to you. Like, we don't want you to stop. Like, it would be good, like, if you can continue. Thank you so much, sir. It's always a pleasure listening to you. And it's like all the anecdotes that you have shared, a learning experience for all of us here at JIS. And definitely as we are live streaming this, so our students as well. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.